There we go. According to XSplit, we're live. Right. So we haven't done this for a while. We've gone through and done a bit of a recap about what was going on. But we thought we'd do a quick rules update. So while we're doing that, I thought it probably makes as much sense to start the stream. So with Ubiquity, anything that you want to do, hopefully you've got a skill that covers it. So if you need to make an acrobatics roll, you should hopefully have an acrobatics skill, and that will have a base, which is the stat, and it will have a level, which is how many ranks of the skill you've bought in it, and you add those together and that gives you a number, which is your rating, and that rating is the number of dice that you are looking at rolling. Half that rating is, if you want to, you can ask, and unless you're under pressure, you can assume that you will be able to do half your rating. So, whose character am I looking at? So, Doug's character has a drive of 5, so that means that he rolls 5 dice if he's doing or plus or minus modifiers, but he rolls 5 dice if he's doing a drive check, and if he wants to, he can take the average and he can roll 1 dice, and it will either be a 2 or a 3, because half of 5 is 2.5. If you do not have a skill, and you'll notice some of you have got skills with a level of 0, so there are some 0 level skills in there, but if you don't have a skill, then it's whatever primary attribute is the one that's that would be applicable, -2 because you are untrained. So if you don't have an acrobatics skill and something calls for an acrobatics skill, you take whatever your dex is -2 dice. So if you have a dexterity of 3, you are rolling 1 dice. You cannot get more than 1 success on 1 dice. You can purchase 1 extra dice with 1 style point. And likewise, if you purchase 2 dice and that brings your average up, you can take the average having spent style.
Puts me out for acrobatics then.
Hey, if you have an acrobatic, if you have 2 skills which would both be applicable, and the 2 skills are both have a rating of 4. Or above, then you can roll for the higher one and gain a 2 dice bonus for the lesser one. I can't think of a good example. Well, actually, no, I can't think of a good example for one at the moment. But
I've got 6 for intimidation.
Yeah,
and 6 for firearms. So if I point the gun at somebody, I can intimidate them a lot.
there are, I mean, actually a classic is acrobatics and athletics. So if you're trying to run across something that is that would normally require an acrobatics check, you might well be able to get a 2 dice bonus. The other thing that also gives you 2 dice bonus is any time that you have somebody else help you out. If they have a skill rating of 4 or greater, then you can take 2 dice from that. So if you're trying to climb something and you've got an acrobatics skill and they have an acrobatics skill of over 4 and they're helping you, then they can give you 2 dice bonus.
And I also have an inspire ability which gives people +2.
Oh yeah,
but it gives everyone +2, not just one person.
No, leave me alone. And then you make one mistake, one simple little mistake.
And his name is Louis the Goat forever.
Yeah, tell me about it. You know what? Right, okay, we'll put that together in case I need it. Yeah, does that cover most of your questions about the mechanics?
Yeah, we'll check as we go along and we get stuck.
Okay, so with fighting. If you're using firearms, you have an attack down under the weapon that you are using, which is your firearms plus the damage modifier of the gun. You roll that many dice, you have a range. If you're within close range, so you're within the first number, and that is yards. If you're within close range, you don't you roll all of those dice. If you're within medium range, i.e. you're between the first number and the second number, you have a 2 dice penalty. Then you have a 4 dice penalty. Then you have an 8 dice penalty. So yeah, to shoot greater than 80 yards with a pistol, you're at an 8 dice penalty. You make that roll. They then make their defense roll, and you subtract the defense roll successes from the attack roll successes, and what you are left with is how much damage you take. And damage can be lethal or it can be non-lethal. The same thing happens obviously with melee or with brawling. So you roll for a punch, you roll your attack down against punch, and they roll their defense, and if you make more successes, then the more successes you have, that's the amount of damage they take, but that would be non-lethal damage they would take. Right, so when we left you guys, it was late Friday night. You had taken the horses to the stables. Trying to remember the name of the stables. You'd taken to go in stables. You'd seen Hillary go in, and yeah, you had. I think you had sold him the horses that you could sell him. And then, actually, you know what? I think you'd already sold him the horses, because that's how you got the horses, and it's the extra horses. So we're going to skip forwards a bit and say on the Saturday, the marshal comes to see you. He says, yeah, he's happy. He will give you the bounty on that lot. So, as we discussed earlier, that gives you, because you're going to try and sell the guns and the rifle, or the pistols, the rifles, the horses, and claim the bounty. That's $95 to each of you. I'm guessing you're going to be staying at the 6-shooter. Which will be $1 a night plus meals and drinks. If you want to cross off $2 per night for your stay, that's fine.
2 nights, is it?
Yeah. So yeah, cross off $4. That'll do you for room and board and stuff.
And no swimming.
Hey. You get Mr. Locke of the Arizona Sentinel, which is the local paper in Yuma, kind of comes round and sees you kind of early on the Saturday. Actually, no, late on the Friday, he'll collar you and try and get some quotes from you about what it was like tracking down these desperados out in the hills. And saving the coach and what your future plans are. Is there anything you particularly choose to tell him? Is there anything you particularly choose not to tell him?
If he comes up to me, I'll start coughing and have to go away somewhere else. The TV's playing up. Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything you guys particularly want to do over the weekend while you're in Yuma?
I'll ask around the town and see if I can find this couple I'm looking for. See if they've been through town. Mr. and Mrs.
Have you got either an investigation role? Have you got either investigation or streetwise as a skill? Okay, in which case, give me an intelligence roll minus 2 dice.
So 2.
So 2.
No.
You don't manage to track anything down about the Sedgemoors.
Right.
whether you're talking to the wrong people or you're talking to the right people, but they don't particularly want to talk to you. Whatever it is, yeah, you're not getting a lot of sense out of anybody.
Okay. It's almost fair.
Is there anything else that you guys want to do while you're in town?
Not particularly.
Okay, so in which case, you guys will end up getting tickets for the. Oh, come on, somewhere. I'm sure I've got stuff on how much the train journey was. There we go. Okay, so you can get tickets, second class or first class. Plus, I'm guessing you guys are going to want horse carriage.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I'm taking Custer with me. Well, that's my black horse.
That's all good. Okay, so tickets to get to Tucson are $22.
Is the horse going first class?
No, the horse will cost you another 10.
Oh, so it's 32 now.
It's 32 if you want to take the horses as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking my horse. That's it, done.
There we go.
Bank balance adjusted.
The GM giveth with one hand and taketh away with the other.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's nothing else you guys want to do, 8 AM on Monday morning, the train.
Louis, what did we call our horses? I can't remember.
Mine's called Custer. I don't know what yours is called.
I don't know that I've got a note down here of what you chose to call them.
Because you asked us what they looked like and what they were called.
Well, somebody had a horse called Silver because we went, oh.
I think I called mine Domino.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Did you have a Palomino then?
It was a black and white speckled.
Yeah, Palomino, yeah.
I cannot remember what I called mine.
We can recheck if you haven't made your mind up already.
You have to watch it again.
Horse was Domino.
Yeah.
Domino. Ah.
Thought so.
No, that was what you just said. That I hadn't gone back to double check. I just thought I'd find out now.
Yeah, that's what I thought I've called it.
Right.
So you're taking your horse with you. Black one with the white spots.
Yes, so I need to do $32.
Doc Clarence Davidson
has Custer, a jet black 14 hands horse. I'll write it down.
Hey, that's all right. No, this is all good. This is all good. Okay. So yeah, you guys need to get to the station a little early because obviously they've got to load the horses.
Well, take them there and then unsaddle and unbridle the horse and put them on storage.
Yeah, they've got a. Did I have? If I haven't, then I need to. My life, I haven't. I knew there was something I meant to do. Yeah, you've got so there's you've got the loco, and then immediately behind that you've got the horse carriage. Yeah,
I thought they put that at the back.
I've got it down as being at the front.
Fine. It's at the front.
On this train for reasons that I don't know any better. I've got it at the front.
They smoke the horses with most of the smoke coming out of the engine. They pacify them a little bit.
No, the smoke goes out of the chimney, up, and comes back down the back carriages. There, look on.
That's where third class is. Where have I got it? Yeah. So yeah, you've got the stable car is immediately after the engine. Well, your engine, coal car, stable car, and a set of passenger cars. There's a mail car up the back before you get to the caboose or brake car, as it should be called.
Or guards van, or
yeah,
sacrificial vehicle.
Yeah. So you guys get there, bring your horses, walk them up. There's a whole stack of stalls sideways on. Get them settled before you head further onto the train. You guys settle in, and the train will eventually head off. Sorry, I'm just making a couple of quick notes. And
You're still using quick notes?
no, I'm using OneNote most of the time.
I like OneNote.
Yeah. Okay, so right, got that all written down. Right, so yeah, the train pulls out and works its way through the Arizona countryside. Passes through a number of. I can go through the names of the stations if you want to, but it stops, you know, every half hour-ish, something like that, either to pick up passengers or more often than not, the prime reason is to take on extra water. And it pulls into Maricopa. Let me swap. I've got two mice in front of me, one for the laptop and one for the one for the desktop. And I keep going to the wrong bloody one every time.
I'm zooming in.
Yeah, I was going to do the same.
I found Painted Rock, Sentinel, Aztec, Maricopa.
Maricopa is at the top of the line.
Yeah.
Just south of Phoenix.
Zuma, Maricopa, there it is.
Yeah.
Near Sweetwater, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to Aztec about 10:30 in the morning and Painted Rock at about 20 to 12. But yeah, you finally steam into Maricopa at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's about an hour's stop. It's the first real opportunity you've got to get off the train, stretch your legs, get something to eat, unless you brought food with you.
Want to check on the horse?
Yeah, that's all good. You can
give it a pat down and give it some water.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they've got water. Yeah, they've got water in the stable car. There's not a dining car on this train, but there is a stable car that.
I'm just checking that it's got. It's all right.
Yeah, no, that's all cool. Is there anything you guys want? Do you want to go and have a look around Maricopa, or do you want to just kind of?
Yeah, might as well.
Have a look. Try the local saloon. Grab some food.
Okay,
grab some beans, Mr. Taggart.
So yeah, Maricopa's a small town, mainly built of adobe buildings. There's an old Spanish church with a stone fenced cemetery up on a hilltop, just I don't know, 10 minutes, quarter of an hour walk outside of town, which you're probably not going to go up to now, but it kind of it sits up on the hill and kind of overviews the town. Since the railroad went in, it's definitely got bigger, and there are two cantinas in the town. There's La Mesa and Tres Caminos,
which means 3
roads.
All right.
Those two are both in town. There is a general store. There's other stuff as well. There's a stagecoach station, stables. There's no law office. But yeah, you can, if you're looking for food, obviously, like I say, there's two cantinas there, both of which it looks as though they offer rooms for the night. There's also a small hotel next to the station.
Which one looks like it's got the best food? The cleanest.
There's a guy outside Tres Caminos playing flamenco guitar, but in terms of what there's There's some rich stewy smells coming out of La Mesa.
We go for La Mesa then.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Everybody going to go to La Mesa?
Yeah, sounds
why
fine.
not?
So yeah, you get a table. The train was fairly well packed. There's a few people who've gone to the hotel, but there's a couple of people that have gone into either of the cantinas. Yeah, La Mesa. There's an old Mexican guy with a short beard. Comes round and kind of shows you to a table, and he says, "Yeah, what can I get you for?" I'm not going to try and do a Mexican accent. What can I get you for?
Gringo.
Yeah, I can do the "Hey Gringo," but that's about it. And especially given that I know a couple of people online who might potentially watch this, who happen to be Mexican, I'm not going to.
What can I get you, Gringo?
Yeah, Eloy, you will know I didn't go there.
Tell us both things that are on the menu, won't you?
Yeah. He's got a stew made with spicy pork sausage, and there's some cured meats. There's and cheese. You can have cured meats and cheeses, or there's a kind of like I say, a spicy sausage stew with beans in it.
Yeah, that'll be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spicy sausage stew with beans on a metal plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have meat and cheese platter, I think.
Okay.
I'll have the platter as well.
Stew sounds fine for me.
Okay. They've got beer. They've got some wine. He
Whiskey.
could bring you coffee.
Whiskey. It's good for medicinal purposes.
Okay.
Chilled water with a slice of lemon.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Sweetwater's the next town, all right?
I mean, he could bring you water if you wanted him to, but
I wouldn't be drinking it.
Beer's fine.
I wouldn't be drinking the water.
okay. So Thomas goes off, and he comes back with some clay, a couple of clay bowls, and glazed clay plates. Puts them down. The stew is good. It's got a nice amount of heat to it. Like I say, there's some cheese, there's some bread, there's about 2 or 3 different types of kind of cured meats. The beer is hell. I don't know what Arizona beer's like. I'm not guessing amazing.
Warm.
Yeah, definitely warm.
The whiskey's nice.
Yeah, he kind of serves you a glass of whiskey. Yeah, the wine's a bit rough as well, but it's perfectly nice. It's a nice place to spend 40 minutes or so.
About half an hour or so to get the meal, finish it, pay him.
Yeah. So there's
time to get on the train.
Yeah, just as you guys are getting up and thinking about going back to the train, the guard from the train comes round and sort of looks in and sees you're getting up and looks around and gestures to there's 2 other passengers in there, and he says 20 minutes till the train, and then heads off. So he's obviously done like the hotel and La Mesa, and he's on his way over to Tres Caminos. So yeah, you guys get back on the train.
How much did that cost us, Louis?
So part of the train fare.
50 cents.
Oh, come on. You know what it's like when you go, I'll have a quick look down the... Oh, there we go. Probably only 25 cents. Probably cost you 25 cents. It was, and for the money, that's pretty good going. And yeah, about 3:15, the train pulls out of Maricopa and heads down past Red Rock and down into Tucson. So about 6 p.m. Sorry?
It's Red Rock. Oh, right down there. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to look out for Pikachu.
You go through Pikachu about half past 4. If you really want it, there's a half-hour stopover at Pikachu. There's people getting on and off.
No, that's all right. I left my mobile phone at home.
Yeah, so you guys roll in. Just gone 6 o'clock. The train rolls into Tucson. So Tucson. I'll read you what I've got about Tucson. So first European settlers in the area were Spanish monks, and the Spanish built a walled fortification nearby. And both the monastery and the fort are still part of the town. There's a large church that's still in use as the from the monastery. There's the fort there is used by the US cavalry. There's a sheriff's office that's in the middle of the town. Main Street runs from the marketplace in front of the fort down to the Phoenix Tombstone Road. And near the fort again, most of the buildings they're all white adobe structures. And looking around, probably 60-70% of the people in town have Mexican heritage. There's a couple of cantinas and shops along the main road. Now, Frederick is a gunslinger, isn't he, by trade?
Yes.
Okay. You will probably know that... now, here's where I've got to get my pronunciation correct. Juan Pedro Valadero is a renowned gunsmith, and he has a workshop about halfway down the main street. And then the further south you get, there are then newer wooden buildings that take over. There's the Grand Hotel. There's the Trinity Presbyterian Church and the Rose and Lion Theatre, but they're all slightly further south down the town, away from where the railway line comes in. So yeah, the train puffs into town. Like I say, there's the fort, and then there's lots and lots of white adobe buildings, and the train comes in. The station's built off on one side, and there's more wooden buildings further down.
I'll get my horse out.
Yep.
Walk out, saddle it up, walk it around a bit. It's been stuck in that carriage all day.
Yeah, it's quite pleased to get out. I mean, I'm guessing you probably could have got it out of Maricopa. But if you did get out of Maricopa, all you did was kind of walk it across the road, tie it up outside La Mesa, and then untie it and walk it back to the train. So yeah.
Well, I must admit, I'm probably going to get my horse off the train and then wander down to the gunsmith and see if he's open, if he has a shop.
Okay.
He's got a workshop.
There's a workshop down there. I mean, you guys roll into town about 6 o'clock in the evening, so it's not open. There's a sign up in the window saying that it's closed. There's a sign across the top of. It's quite a narrow workshop. It's not like a full front, but Valadero pistols or pistolas, and the workshop's there. It looks like it's got a small shop front on the front of it, but at this time of night, it's closed down.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll go and look for somewhere to stay. There must be a hotel or something around.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of different. I mean, there's the Palace Hotel, which is, and that's a big building on the main street, quite near the station. Table waiters, bellboys, the whole 9 yards.
Has it got a show on tonight, little stage?
Not at the Palace Hotel. Oh, doesn't have a ballroom attached either.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Lily von Stuck was playing.
There is the Railway Hotel, which is also pretty nice. If you are looking and asking about, or if you ask at the station or talk to anyone there, they will point you in the direction of the American Flag Station, which is a boarding house just off the main street. And one of the people in the station, as they helping you get your horse off, if you mention it, says, "Oh yeah, if you look up Mrs. Wiggins, she's you'd be expected to behave yourself and come home sober, but room and board
sounds like a nice place to me. That's where we'll go then."
Right, that's where we're going. Yeah.
Okay. So Mrs. Wiggins is kind of early 40s, dark hair. You can find the place. It's got a sign up outside, and as you guys approach, she comes out and greets you and says, "You boys looking for room and board?"
Yes, please, ma'am.
And she gives you the same line. Room and board's $120 per day. I expect you to behave like gentlemen and to come home sober. But if you do, you'll find the food's good and plentiful.
Sounds fine to me, ma'am.
There's even somewhere you can leave your horses, although they're not exactly going to be off and running, but they're
a small corral, is it?
There's a small corral nearby where you can
saddle them and leave them in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah. So, in fact, by the time you get there, it's about 7 p.m. And she says, "Well, she can do your dinner if you're hungry."
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, she serves you guys up. This is where my brain goes completely dead.
Local wildfowl and something else.
Yeah, but
and some vegetables.
Bowl of potatoes and there's some vegetables and stuff. The food's good, and there is definitely enough of it. It's a nice meal.
You have a $1.20, right? Okay.
Yeah, $1.20 for room and board. So she says, you boys, how long are you boys going to be in Tucson?
Not too sure yet. Got a bit of business.
Let's check around town, see some people. Could be another night.
At least a couple, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're more than welcome to stay. And she bustles out and leaves you guys eating your dinner.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, nice dinner. Has she got a big jug of water, or?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Can we check with her? It's from her own personal well.
As opposed to
bugs. I don't inject it from the horse trough down the road, do you?
No. She doesn't strike you as the kind of woman that would hold with going to go in the horse trough down the road for it. But yeah, so yep, the water looks all right.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a bit late to go out down the town because it's dark.
okay.
Is this place also like? Does it have a bar? Will people come here drinking or?
No. This is definitely a boarding house. She's got a. I mean, the house is probably quite large to start with, but she's got a kind of single story building out the back, which she's got divided up into a couple of different rooms. So yeah, no, it's just a boarding house. So there's a couple of saloons in town. If you guys wanted to go out.
Yeah, I'd probably ask her. Say, where would most ranchers round here go out for the night?
Damn, I don't think I've got. I say you sit there and you look at something. Oh yeah, no, that's all covered.
There must be a comfortable sit-down saloon.
There will be a saloon somewhere. I have no idea what it's called. Sorry,
the seven shooter.
The 7-shooter.
We can keep going.
Funnily enough, no.
Dos pistoles.
Dos pistoles.
That's hand grenade.
No.
I don't think I had. That was something I was going to do. Actually,
Winchester. And go there.
You know what? That right? Okay, that's definitely, if you'll pardon the term, now canon.
We got the Winchester, right?
The Winchester.
Wait for it to blow over.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tucson's rancher pub is called the Winchester.
Comfortable saloon. What do we say? Frequented by
clean, tidy, and upmarket. How's that?
Yeah. Well, cleanish and tidyish. For upmarket, you probably want the railway hotel would probably be a better place. The bar there would be a bit more upmarket.
Cool.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but after that good meal and stuff, I say we unload most of our kit in the room.
Yep.
And we go visit this Winchester and see if we can hear any of the guys talking about the gentleman we're after, Buck. So rather than asking around, I say we spend the evening, a couple of quiet drinks, but listening out for someone mentioning his name. You
spend the evening sitting in a corner with a beer, just hoping that someone will come over and mention by name the person you're looking for.
Or they'll call him Buck or whatever, yeah. But it's our first night in. We don't want to suddenly come into town and start asking loads of questions.
Yeah, no, that's all cool.
Yeah.
I can pursue my own inquiries, can't I?
Yeah, I don't want to scare him off, but that's why I asked if there's somewhere ranchers probably may drink.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys are just kicking back and chilling out,
I'm going to ask a couple of questions about Bill and Mary Sedgemore. I'm going to find them eventually.
Not with rolls like you just had, you won't.
No, I say I'm looking for my brother-in-law, Bill Sedgemore. Yeah.
When you finally do find them, it'll be somebody else has been ripped off by them. They end up punching your lights out because you're related to them.
Possibly. Well, no, because if I give them the story of why, then that's.
Yeah.
I don't say Mary Sedgemore is my sister, do I? I say ran off with so and so.
Yeah, like that. Okay. You don't hear anything about the Sedgemores out in Tucson. At least not in the Winchester. You don't.
You can't say it with a straight face, can you?
No, it's all right. I'm trying to work out the best way of. I don't think anybody. I'm just glancing down your.
Tell us first why you're looking.
I don't think anybody's got Streetwise, have they? I don't know. There is even a Street. It might even be Streetwise. Is one of the ones that isn't.
I've got knowledge.
Yeah, that's more book learning. That's more book learning.
Lingo. Damn it, PDF load.
No, Lingo's
survival.
I mean, things like investigation might be alright. I mean, the thing is that if you're going out and you're trying to talk to people and do a bit of digging, then investigation or
Lingo,
diplomacy,
or diplomacy would work. But if you're just sitting and kicking back, then and not actually going in and trying to find out, but just kind of listening out for any piece of information.
Another hands of poker.
You could say you're listening out for the lingo.
Yeah.
No. Lingo. Think linguistics.
I know what lingo's for. As being.
You want to watch this because otherwise I'll get you to roll a perception roll in a minute and then ask you for a lingo roll to see if you understand it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay. The people. I tell you what. Make me a perception roll. This is not going to be an easy roll, but make me a perception roll. All of you. If you're just kind of hanging out for the evening, let's do a straight perception roll just to see if you pick up on anything that's being talked about.
5.
Wow. Wow.
3.
I can see Mr. and Mrs. What's her name over at the bar?
None at all.
No. Okay. So Doc is asking around about the Sedgemoors. Like I say, you draw a complete blank on the Sedgemoors. Yeah. But you do hear while you're asking about the Sedgemoors up chatting to somebody at the bar, you hear a couple of ranchers off on one side, and you're fairly sure you catch the name Thompson. That's all you know. Is you're pretty sure one of these two cowpokes mentions the name Thompson.
Okay. I'll just relay that to Simon's character. What's his name? Frederick. Because he didn't see or anything.
No, okay. I shall just follow along behind.
Well, this is the question. Do we want to go and stir up things or just take a note for tomorrow? Or will he even come in tomorrow?
I'd rather leave it till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he might only come in once a week, once a month, and he gets paid, whatever.
It doesn't sound like there were two of them talking to one another and one of them called the other one Thompson. You kind of overheard the name Thompson in a conversation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
but the guy who said thing might only come in once. So.
Oh yeah. No, I just wanted to make sure. You know what it's like? You say something and then you suddenly think, "Hang on, has somebody picked up something else that I didn't say?"
All the time.
So yeah.
You're not saying my name's Thompson. You're saying they were just talking about something. And the word name Thompson came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have been saying at Thompson's farm. He could have been saying anything. Well, is it? Do we prick our ears up and saunter over, or leave it? It's first night. We weren't going to go mad.
Well, why don't some of you saunter over, and the rest of us will sort of like quietly listen on?
Yeah.
And what pretext?
Who wants to do the sauntering?
So what was the man's name? What was his first name?
The guy you are looking for is Buck Thompson.
Buck
Thompson.
You're looking for him because Cole Wright told you to go and track him down.
Yeah. In which case, have a sort of saunter over and sort of quietly and politely interrupt the conversation for a minute and say,
Yeah, I'll go over with you, Doc.
Yeah, on the dock. Yeah, I wander over. Do you know Buck Thompson? I've been sent by Mr. Colwright, who was killed on a stagecoach the other day. Well, why not?
With giving them everything at once, though.
Why not?
Have my life story.
Yeah, that's not my life story. It's more interesting than that.
But it does involve a Mr. Colwright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, rather than that, maybe invite him back to our table for a drink and.
We don't know him at all. We haven't spoken to him. What's he going to say?
No, we haven't, but he's the person we've been sent to find by the guy who died. So
I know. Well, the man is, but he's only mentioned his name. I'm only asking if he even knows who he is.
Okay, so, yeah.
You know, fresh into him, just...
Doc walks over and you know, either of you know Buck Thompson. And one of the shorter of the two guys kind of turns and gives you a bit of a frosty look, but the taller of the two guys, about the same height as you are, turns around and he says, Buck Thompson? I may know a Buck Thompson. You know, who's asking?
Yeah, I'm Doc Clarence.
we're friends of Mr.
Well,
Wright.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright.
No, we got a message from one of his friends.
Right.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
Mr. Wright.
I know. Thank you. That's helped. Yeah, I know Buck and his wife.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They've got a farm a couple of miles outside of town.
Off to the west, or?
Well, yeah. If you follow Main Street down, and he gives you some directions. You go down until you get to, and then turn off, and
Second left. At the
just
junction.
just over the hill. Yeah, can't miss it.
What's the name of his farm or whatever it is? That might help. On the
they just the Thompson Ranch.
Yeah, that's it then. Fine. It could have any name.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the Thompson Ranch.
Come here tonight.
Yeah. Oh, thank him for the great information. Ask him if they want to be here.
When Emil asks them about whether or not he's coming in, the two of them kind of look at one another and says, "I don't think Buck will be in tonight, but probably best if you got a message for him, take it out to the ranch."
That's no problem.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Go right on there.
Can we get you fellas a drink for your information?
Yeah, troubles.
Okay. Who's got the highest diplomacy skill out of the two of you?
Base or rating?
Rating.
5.
2.
Okay. In which case, so going back to the rule thing earlier, if Doug had a 4 in diplomacy or higher, it would have given Charlie a 2 dice bonus. So yeah, make me a
Diplomacy roll?
Make me a diplomacy roll.
So on the rating, here we go. 1.
For Charlie.
Yeah, or 1.
1.
Nice.
That's
Is that
better than none.
Charlie, yeah?
It's better than none. Give me a sec.
He's
one.
not wrong.
Let's go to that. Okay. Yeah, you ask them. You know, can we get you a drink? And he holds up an already full glass and says, "Well, thanks for the offer, but I'm already nursing this one, and got an early start tomorrow.
Okay, I'll thank him and wish him good day, and head back to the others.
Okay.
Oh yeah, stay welcome. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the
If you
shorter one give it a needle in the bloke a bit when he as you
If
walk
you happen
off.
to see Mr. Thompson at all before we do tomorrow, can you let him know that?
I'll be coming out.
Yeah, we'll be out to see him before midday tomorrow.
Yeah. If we see him, we'll let you know.
Thank you. Good evening, gentlemen.
You have a good night.
Wave at the guys at the table. And second beer? Double beer? We're looking after Mrs. whatever her name is.
I think now we've got the information we need. I think Emil doesn't
I'd like to hang around for a minute rather than just disappear.
Emil don't like
Let's have a
to
bit
drink
funny
too
about
much.
it.
We'll have one and head back to the
All right.
railway hotel or wherever it was we stopped.
The American flag
American
something.
Flag Hotel.
The American Flag Station.
Station. Ooh.
Yeah.
Flag Station, is it? Not even a hotel.
No, it's the railway's new station is in word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll have one and head back to the American Flag Station, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys stay on. Emil heads back. Anything else you guys want to do that night?
No, okay. I just
Really?
bouncing around, nursing my beer, taking my time.
I think I'd speak to the lady, though. Mrs. Wiggins.
Yeah.
And just now we know where Bucks is. Just sort of inquire about him a little bit. Does she know him?
Okay. Mainly diplomacy roll.
Oh, great.
Actually, you know what? I will leave it. I will give you a 2 dice bonus.
Oh, okay. 3.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you catch eye. Nice to your friend's not back with you, and you ask about.
Yeah, I'm very respectful of your wishes not to come back drunk, so I thought I'd come back sober, and if they do come back drunk, then I can grip them fairly quickly and not disturb the rest of your guests.
It's a mighty fine mighty fine attitude.
Yeah, smooth talker.
That's mighty good, mighty generous of you. You boys you said you got some business around town. The next day or two?
We've had some bad news, so we need to speak to one of your local residents. Mr. Buck Thompson owns a small ranch, fairly close.
The Thompsons, yes, yeah. The and like you get a conversation going, and suddenly she becomes quite alive, and she's like, we've had some of the guys who've come in said, well, just between the two of us, you understand.
Of course.
Things are a bit tough for the Thompsons at the moment. There's rumours that they might have to sell the ranch, you know. So I hope you're not bringing bad news.
Well, partially, but there may be some good news coming out of it as well. So
that sounds intriguing. Do tell more.
Oh well, we done a little stagecoach security work, and one of their friends who was on that when it got attacked, and
No.
yeah, unfortunately he didn't make it. So he asked us in his dying breath to pass on regards to the Thompsons, and I think there may be some money in a will or something.
Well, I don't think anybody's seen Buck for a few days, but Jessica will be very pleased of any news of money coming, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully we can pass that good news. Jessica, you said.
Yeah, Mrs. Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. That's good to know.
She
and are there
makes double sure that you've got the right directions out of town, and it's go down to the same wherever and turn the so
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, we met a couple of gentlemen in the Winchester who knew him, but they seemed a bit unsure of us, which is fair enough. We are strangers in town, but they seem to have given us the same directions that you did.
Well, I hope you find the Thompsons well, and I hope the news is much to their liking.
Yeah, me too, most certainly. Now, Miss Wiggins, I'd like to say that the meal we had earlier on was fantastic. Thank you. What time is breakfast?
Oh, you're too kind. I can have breakfast ready for 6 in the morning if that's good for you, or a little later if you'd prefer. Obviously, I get quite a few ranch hands in, and they like to head out early.
Yeah, I think that my friends are probably like a little late in. Shall we say 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock sounds wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to head up and keep an ear out for them scallions, and you have a good evening.
Indeed. Sleep well, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night to you, sir.
So what's the time about now?
Where are we? You got the dinner? It's probably about 9 o'clock, something like that, by the time he gets back.
One quick whiskey before I head off.
For medicinal purposes.
Yeah, medicinal purposes. Yeah.
It ain't smooth, but it's a damn sight smoother than what you had at La Mesa.
Yeah. Real smooth, is it?
It's real smooth.
Yeah.
Swap her way down to there.
And Burns halfway down.
Burns going in and Burns coming out.
Put hair on your forehead.
Yeah. So we head back to Mrs. Miggins.
Yeah. Yeah, probably by the time you get back there, Mrs. Miggins might have retired for the night.
I don't want to spoil it. My name is Wiggins, but I just thought we'd go for the Blackadder quote. Yep.
I have a cunning plan.
So we head back. Oh, I'm going to head back.
Yep, head back.
Yep.
Okay.
Call it a night.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, I'll head back and
Bed down and whatever else. Yep.
yeah.
yeah, the beds. I mean, the beds are not luxurious, but they're all right.
It's a bed.
It's a bed. It's comfortable.
It's not a bedroll. It's a bed.
It's a bed. Yeah. It's on a It's a bed. It's not the ground. Yeah. It's yeah. So guessing you guys sleep all right. Get up the next morning. 8 o'clock. There's eggs frying. There's smell of bacon.
Bit of singing going on.
She's bustling round, making sure that
I would probably give them a kick about 7:30 actually, and giving them a heads up on Buck Thompson's wife's name. He's not been seen for a while, and they've got some money troubles, so we might be able to play on that, obviously, but just be
second pistol cheap.
Yeah, careful with her.
Yeah.
And then, while I'm leaving them to get ready, I'll go check on all the horses.
Yeah. Yeah, the horses seem to be fine.
That's good.
Excellent. And go for some nice grub.
Yeah, like I say, the food's good. It's plentiful, and tasty. It's it's all good.
Do we think we're staying another night?
I don't think we can decide that until we've spoken to Mrs. Thompson.
It'll be hard to tell.
Where are we? So it's Tuesday today, I think, isn't it? Let me check my
Yes.
timeline. Yeah, it'll be Tuesday today. So you came in on the train.
Monday.
Tuesday. Well, Monday night.
No,
Monday night.
Monday night.
you came in on Monday the 11th of September.
Oh.
So it's now Tuesday morning. So the train heading back leaves Tucson to head back to Yuma at 8 o'clock in the morning.
You're
So
assuming
by
we're
the
going
time
back.
you're having... No. But you were saying, are we staying another night? If you want to... Oh, that's a good point. If you were going to catch the train somewhere, that would be that day. Yeah, no, that's a point. If you're...
We don't know until we've spoken to Buck what's going to happen if we're going to be sidetracked somewhere, if we're even coming back to town.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was the point of bringing the horses in case we needed to travel somewhere from here that's not on a train.
Yeah.
Like to Buck's place.
Yeah. Buck's place is only a couple of miles outside of Tucson.
Know, but just keep selling your horse and
Mount the horses. They need a good walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so breakfast's all good. You guys saddle up, I'm guessing, and head on out towards the Thompson farm.
Yep.
Okay.
Gentle stroll out of town with the horses.
Yeah. Give me a moment to find the right point. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Right. Can you guys all give me a perception roll?
I can't do 5 again, though. Right?
No, that's fine.
I can do 4.
Hey,
Perception.
1.
it's a secondary
at one.
attribute.
Yeah.
Ollie's good
got
at 1, isn't he?
I got a 1 this time.
Yeah, you're good at 1.
Oh, I got 4.
Okay, so that's what happens when you use normal dice, Ollie.
But he's only rolling 1.
That's rolling 5.
All right.
I'm using ubiquity. Still got a 1 though, so yeah.
Hey. Okay, so as you guys take the road down, you work out which one the Thompson Ranch is. You ride out, and there's a slight rise, and as you come over the top of the rise, everybody except for Ben spots down in the farmhouse, which is kind of slightly down the hill, about, I don't know, half a mile away, something like that. You spot, it looks like there's like the Thompsons have already got company. There's a woman outside, and there are 4 guys that, I mean, from the distance you are, it's a bit difficult to tell exactly, but certainly Doc and Frederick are pretty confident that they're pushing her about, and they're being quite aggressive with her.
Yep. So just
Ben's
up a
busy
little
looking at the birds, but
speed up a little bit, create a bit of dust and a bit of horse noise, you know.
Yep.
And head there, not rush down gallop, but just a gentle trot, you know, more than a walk.
I think I'll pull the... I don't want to be trying to shoot on a rifle on the horse, so I'll pull the peacemaker out and have it sat in my lap ready.
okay. So you guys just kind of riding down quite...
We've gone from walk to trot, yeah?
Walk to trot, okay.
Horses have got 4 speeds, haven't they? Canter and gallop, yeah?
Yeah.
I say we canter.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not going to take you long. It's not going to take you long as a canter to get there. The horses could do with
as well.
stretching a bit. You're only about
I say we
2-3 miles
canter.
outside of town.
Intimidate as well. Bit more
Okay.
intimidating as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys canter down. There's dust billowing out, and you get, you know, a couple hundred yards away, and the guys turn round, and one of them pushes the woman quite hard, and she falls down in the dust, and the 4 of them start to fan out. as they're looking at you. I'm going to get everybody to make me another perception roll.
Going down. It's getting smaller.
Oh yeah.
5. There you go.
Just when you only needed one. Okay.
That's opportunistic, isn't it?
They're okay. All of them are wearing black bandanas, which is the same thing as the guys who attacked the coach were wearing.
So we know there's a ransom for their bodies as well.
Yeah.
Presumably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get too close.
Okay.
I know we got close enough, and we've seen the bandanas.
You probably saw the bandanas about the same time they turned round and started to fan out. So they're still quite close together at the moment.
Yeah, no remorse, and I just open fire. I know who they are. I've already got my pistol out ready. I was ready for it.
Okay. In which case, might as well go for if everybody wants to roll initiative now. That's another secondary attribute, so you just roll that many dice.
Oh, look, 2 again.
2.
Out of 6 dice.
2 as well out of 6 dice.
We all got 2.
We've got 2.
Everybody's got 2. Okay. Let me just check.
We all noticed that they attacked the devils. Really.
You know what's really
You're
funny?
going to say they rolled 2 as well.
Well, I take the average for them, and their initiative is 4.
Yeah.
So
everybody's got 2.
we now have everybody's got 2. Does anybody have? None of you are Mexican, but even Mrs. Thompson isn't Mexican. Okay, so does anybody have a dexterity higher than a 2?
Yes.
Do I have a dexterity?
Yes.
No.
As a primary attribute. Okay.
I have a
Yes.
2.
Who's got higher and what is it?
I have a 3.
Okay.
We talk dexterity.
Dex.
I have 4.
You have 4.
Where is the gunslinger?
Okay.
I don't know why I don't have much dexterity as a doctor.
Because you needed to put it in intelligence for medicine.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, Doug, what did you have?
3.
3. Okay, so
3, 4.
2.
okay. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so first round.
What sort of range are we at?
You guys, what did I say? Actually, I think
You said we're fairly close, so
We cantered down and we're fairly close, and they turned around and found out.
yeah.
What range?
So you guys are riding in. Let's say
20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards.
yeah. Let's say 40 yards. Let's say 40 yards at this
Just
point.
under 40 yards or 40 yards?
Let's call it just under 40
Right.
yards then. Okay. There is also, I am going to remind you at this point, and if you need to retcon something, tell me. But at this point, what I will say is also remember there is a -2 dice penalty for shooting from horseback.
Depending on your ride skill or just a -2?
I think there's just a -2.
I've got a ride skill of 2.
Yeah, with a ride skill of 2, there's definitely a
I've got a
penalty.
ride skill of 4.
Let me have a quick. Right, resources, combat health, ready weaponry. When riding a horse or a coach with a -2 penalty on attack rolls due to erratic movement, -1 penalty of 5 yards relative movement.
Might get buffed yet, you're right. Ollie, might get buffed yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, there is a -2 penalty for riding a horse
Right, and shooting.
and shooting. So you are at Doug. So you're using a peacemaker. So you
Yeah.
So you are on a 4 dice. You are on a 4 dice. Now, I will say, Doug said he had got his gun out.
His rifle out.
No, he specifically said he got his pistol out.
Correct.
So Doug's got his pistol out. He's already said that. Is there anybody else that thinks that they would have drawn on the way down here, or would you wait until Doug suddenly, until Emil suddenly lets up a shot?
We didn't know what it was all about, really. We just ridden into town and come to see this ranch, and we don't know.
But that's
so they turn around.
That's the soldier training in me.
Is it? Oh, right. The doctor training in me says, get off and hide behind the hills.
Behind Custer?
Yeah.
How could you?
I look after him for this purpose.
All right. So, so we'll go with Doug opens fire. So, 4 dice penalty, but they are not expecting this.
Yeah.
2 dice for the horse, 2 dice for the range.
As I also have a dex of 3, could I go first?
Doesn't Simon go first?
No. What I'm going to say is, Doug said he's pulling he's firing, so I will put him for this round at the top of the initiative order because his action ticks everything else off.
Yeah.
So he opens fire, then I will let everybody react in order this round. Yeah.
Are we still closing on them? Or
at the moment you're still closing on them at a canter.
Yeah.
So Emil lets off. So what's Emil's normal? What's Emil normally got with a pistol?
6. No, 9.
You normally got 9, so 4 dice down, so you're at 5.
Yep.
You can spend style if you want to.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. So what I'm going to do is, for this encounter, I am going to spend 2 style points to boost a combat skill for the rest of the encounter.
Okay, let me have a look at this. So this is...
That's on the Hello Earth Expedition cheat sheet.
Is this... Yeah, hang on. Is this sharpshooter? Or what are you trying to boost? Because it's got to be a talent you've got.
Which is firearms.
Yeah, now you've got sharpshooter as a talent.
But you're using a pistol.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
Let me double check what sharpshooter does.
No, that only allows me to spend a turn aiming.
I've got down ignore 2 penalties when aiming.
Yeah. But that's an action to do anyway, so no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just buy an extra bonus die, actually, I think.
Okay, you can, but like I say, you can spend more than... I'm not saying you should. You can always spend more than 1. Let me just double check what sharpshooter does. When aiming at least 1 turn, you not only get the +2... Yeah. No, it's if you aim for at least 1 turn, you not only get the +2 bonus, but you get you get rid of -2 penalties on your attack roll. So if you've been aiming this time, you would get +2 for the fact that you were aiming, which anybody can aim and get +2 to their roll. But you will then get a get rid of one of the -2s. If you wanted to spend 2 style points, you could boost that talent for this round. And for each time you boost the talent, you lose you get rid of another -2 on penalties.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just going to use 1 style point.
Okay.
And roll 6 die this turn.
Go for it.
Be good to Papa. Oh, shit.
Okay, you got 2. Now, this guy...
Glad I used it. Look, that extra 1 counted.
Yeah. So this guy has got... I'm not going to give them an active defense this turn. So, although that wasn't the greatest shot in the world, you did 1 lethal to him. Because he's got a body of 2, so he's got I'm going to draw the average on that. Yeah. So he got a 1. So you've hit him for 1 lethal, as he's standing there. Okay, right. So
fire again.
You can't fire again this round. If you want to do multiple shots, okay, you can do multiple shots if you've got a weapon that lets you do fanning attacks. which I'm pretty sure the Colt
Peacemaker
does.
Yeah.
However, every shot that you
Is it minus
do
2?
is at -2. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
each
can do that again.
I think
Now, every
it's,
shot is -2 cumulative.
yeah, it's -2
That's
cumulative.
-2 for each bullet.
So
You take
if-
out -2 off every bullet.
Yeah, so you'd have needed to roll 4 dice this round. Each attack receives a -2 penalty
Yeah,
per
I'd roll
5
4
shots.
again.
Firing 2 shots would result in a -2 penalty for both attacks.
So that'd be another -2.
So you'd lose if you wanted to fan that shot. You'd lose you'd have lost 4 dice off that roll and the one before.
I thought it comes off each additional roll.
No,
So you
each
lose
addition,
2 on the
each,
next one.
each additional one you do. You say, okay, I'm going to shoot 3 times this round. You lose. You get -6 on all 3 shots.
Oh no.
And start with no dice. Yeah.
I'll stick to the one shot.
Go for the one shot. Okay, so
One lethal will work. The
Simon.
weakness is ability.
yeah, so Frederick.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Emil on a horse, I don't know, next to you or a couple along from you, fires off his shot, and you see one of the bandits kind of lurch as a bullet slams into his arm.
Okay, I'll draw and fire on one of them.
Okay, you need to make me a fast draw roll.
Yep. That's 6 dice.
That is going to be 6 dice.
3
Which is
successes.
3, which is, I think, I'm just looking it up. Fast draw, I am pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, difficulty 3. So you need to hit a 3 with fast draw. If successful, you attack immediately at another -2. So you're going to take a -6 to your roll because you are at distance and riding a horse and fast drawing.
Right, so what have I got to roll now?
So
My
what's,
firearms is 7.
if you scoot down your sheet, you'll have Peacemaker down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
and you'll have
Under attack.
Under attack, 10.
you got 10. Okay, so you lose 6 off that for this round because you're still 39 yards out.
Okay, so I'm rolling 4 dice.
And on the dice,
That loses
yeah,
2. And there's
So-
2 for the horse and 2 for
yeah.
your fast draw.
3 successes.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Are you shooting at the same guy that Emil shot at?
No, I'll
or
shoot at a different one.
Shoot at a different guy. Okay, so that is going to be too lethal. So yeah, you slam into him, and his stun is 2, and stun is, I'm pretty sure it's equal to. So yeah, so he is stunned for the next round, as he definitely wasn't expecting these guys that just rode up to suddenly come in all guns blazing. Okay. Doug's already gone, so yeah, Ollie, what's Ben doing?
Being inspiring. He didn't have his gun out, so he's not prepared for shooting at stuff. He knows he's not a great shot, so he's just gonna,
Okay.
try and
So
inspire.
he's going to
the others
yell out to you guys to fan out, take him. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
all right. Which brings us on to, I'm going to let Doc go before the bandits. I've got a fast draw. Right. Okay, so what's Doc doing?
Can I get my gun out and shoot? Because I haven't got fast draw.
If you don't have fast draw, you can draw this turn and shoot next round.
In which case, I'll draw this turn
Yeah.
and wheel off slightly diagonally across them.
Okay.
Not going straight out and just cut across a bit towards something that's a bit of cover. What
Yeah.
have you got around this cover? A horse trough what?
What we got? There's probably there'll be a couple of outbuildings. There's maybe a barn off to
I'll
one
get some
side if
next
you get
go.
there. There's
So I
if
can
you
get off next go.
there's
I don't think
definitely
miles out of range, but
Okay,
I
no,
want
I mean
to-
there'll be a horse trough. There's probably a shed around, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do that.
I'll head towards a bit of cover.
Okay,
Get the pistol out while I'm riding.
okay,
And duck 'em.
right. I am gonna roll those, and yes, right. Okay. So 3 of the bandits go for guns and draw their guns. Only 1 of them manages to get a shot off. Shooting at Frederick. So, right, if I can't find it quickly, I'm not going to do it. I am going to say... So I'm suddenly realising you're riding. What's that going to do to your defence?
Increase it.
See, that's my thought. Is it probably should do.
Moving target.
Yeah, moving
Also,
target. I'll give him a -2. So, in which case, I will say, right. So, Simon,
He's a
if you
-6.
make me a, what's your defence? Let's have a
In
quick
the secondary skill.
My
Secondary
defence
attributes.
is 7.
You've got defence of 7. You've got a ride of 7. So, okay, that's not a
Does he
problem.
get a bonus off Ollie as well for being inspired?
Let's do.
Oh,
I was about to say that.
is
yeah.
that no? I think inspiration's on on your next action,
Right.
Yeah. I guess that makes
rather
sense.
than
Bullet
Maybe
dodgy.
rather than that.
So-
So.
Bullet dodgy.
Gunman would be shooting at -6 anyway, wouldn't he?
Yeah, so he's going to be shooting at. Oh, hang on, he's got to
He's just
make
pulled.
right. So he manages. Yeah, no, he manages to make that. So he's on a -2 to hit, which is
-2 for the
put
quick draw,
his-
-2 for the range, and -2 for the moving target.
Yeah, you're right.
He drops his gun.
So that's down to 6. So okay, Simon, make me a defense roll.
Okay.
And try to get a success.
Just
Right,
one.
am I rolling all of my defence dice?
All of your defense dice.
4.
Okay. In which case, yeah, I don't know what he was shooting at, but it doesn't appear to be you. Apparently, there's some crows on a tree about half a mile ago that he was trying to scare. As he definitely wasn't going to manage to hit you with that shot. 2 of the guys now have guns out as well as him, but they haven't managed to get a shot off this round. The last guy's kind of looking around, and I am going to say he manages to starts running back towards the house. He's
stunned. How's he running?
No. With stunned, he can make a movement. He can't take an action.
Ah, okay.
So he's going looking for cover.
What's the lady doing?
The lady the lady was thrown down on the floor, and she's pretty much just lying there at the moment. As the bullets start flying, she's got her hands over her head.
That's the safest place. Lay
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
floor.
So the guy who's been stunned is running.
The guy who's stunned is running.
Shot in the arm.
The other 3 have got guns out. One of them has managed to shoot vaguely in the air, but not much more than that.
And that wasn't the guy who I hit.
That wasn't the guy that you hit. So,
Okay.
top of the second round, we're going to go back to Simon. What's Frederick doing?
Okay. He's going to shoot the closest bandit.
Okay, if
It
you
looks like
want...
they're going to be dangerous.
So, I mean, you guys are riding. I can't see that horse is not going to cover at a canter 20 yards in a round. So, if you want to get in closer range, you can.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay, so in which case, if you ride in, who are you trying to shoot? So there's the guy who got winged by Emil. There's the guy who's running away, who you shot last time, and there's 2 other guys who got guns out.
I'll go for the 2 guys. One of the 2 guys that have got guns out.
Okay.
Closest one.
You're at a -2 because you're riding a horse, but other than that, you're fine.
Okay.
+2 inspiration.
Oh yeah, +2 for inspiration. So actually,
Are we
you're on.
closed in a bit as well?
Yeah, that was what I was saying. So you're now at 19 yards.
Okay, yeah.
So therefore, the only -2 was for riding a horse, but that's cancelled out by Ben's inspirational.
Okay, so 10
tool.
dice then.
So 10 dice.
6 successes.
6. Okay, this guy's full defense is 4, which is going to knock that to 4. I believe he only has 4 health, which he does. Okay, so he manages to get this guy manages to get his gun out. Actually, let's make it the guy who got his gun out and got a shot off. He gets a shot off kind of vaguely in your general direction, and you just drill him, and he hits the deck stone dead. Emil, you started this shitstorm.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Dismounting, is that an action or a movement or
Dismounting, I'm going to say is an action. You can take it. I'll give you. What I would do is I'd say I'll give you a ride if you manage a. If you manage to get me a ride of 3 or higher, then I will let you dismount and fire at a -2 penalty.
but that's still a +0 because of the inspiration.
Yeah. Unless you use the inspiration to make your ride roll.
Isn't that not on all rolls +2? Was that on?
I think
roll
it's
per
on
turn?
your next action. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's on your next action. Normally, you
Oh,
only do one action.
You can only be inspired for something. You can't be inspired for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so either way, it's going to be +0.
You do it on the right.
case
You
of
can't do it on
whether
the
to
first.
do it on the horse or not.
If you want to dismount, you need to make me a ride roll and get a 3.
Yeah, I think I just close in and shoot.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah, with a horse.
So in which case, -2 because you're riding. You're not within range. You haven't just drawn, and you just
Normal
effectively that all balances out.
So that's
Who are you
9.
shooting at?
So Simon's blattoed the one who shot him.
You could go for the same one you shot last time.
I'm going to go for the one I've winged. 5.
3. Okay, that is enough to put him down. That is enough to put him down.
And I'm going to... Can I shout?
Oh, speech is a free action.
Fantastic. So I'm going to... Obviously, I can't shoot again, but I'm going to point the pistol over and go, 2 down, 2 to go, or you give up now and you might live.
I say one of them is still herring off.
Yeah.
The other guy, what's Ben doing?
He'd probably just repeat what Doug just said. Emil, that's the name. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing you got your gun out last round.
I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't
He
it?
inspired us and got his gun out, yeah.
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 Go on, shoot. Go on.
I honestly don't mind. It entirely down to you. If you want to do another round of inspiring,
is one of them still taking off?
One of them is running away.
One of them's got the gun at us.
And one of them's pulled a gun and he's looking like he's about to shoot.
Okay, well, I guess we'll shoot that one then.
Okay, so you don't get your own inspiration. So you are at -2.
Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
You've only got a 5 in pistol.
He's got a 7, but
I
he's
have
on
7.
Oh, 7 minus that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You got 3. Okay. So this guy now has 1 lethal damage. You wing him in the arm.
Okay, I did that.
Yeah. This is a different guy. This is a different guy. But okay. Right.
Sorry. I rolled the wrong dice. I need 1 more. I looked at the over and under, but I was meant to look at the Winchester. That's the same, never mind.
Okay. Right, so yeah, you managed to wing this guy. Doc.
Well, I'll wheel it back towards Martha now. There's one guy's running the horse, yeah. And take
Okay.
a shot at the guy still standing out there in the open.
Okay. -2 to hit.
I didn't use my inspiration last go. Does it still exist or is it gone?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
2 out of 9. You take the mick.
Okay, it's that change. It's that change of direction, and it's a mixture of. Actually, no. You know what? You equal exactly what he does, which means you hit him, but he doesn't do any damage. So he's.
You go through the same hole that.
Yeah.
I was going to say shoot his hat off, but I've just said he's wearing a bandana, which is really annoying. So
I can graze his ear, cut his ear or something.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to you shoot, and it peppers the ground right by his foot, and he jerks even more than he had done from being shot in the arm.
I'm heading in to save. Make sure Martha's all right. You see.
Who's Martha?
I don't know if the woman is on the floor.
Jessica.
Jessica, that's it.
Right.
No, it's Martha for Martha.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me go.
I'm just waiting to go back to Winchester.
He gets a penalty though for being lethal, doesn't he?
No, not at this point. No, single point of damage doesn't. It's if you end up at negative health that you end up with. Negative health is dead. Negative -1. Yeah, minus. The -5 is dead. -5 lethal. -1 lethal. If you are still conscious, you are bleeding out, and everything you do is at a -1. And I think you can choose to move, take an action, or defend at that point.
What's he doing?
So, okay, the guy who is running gets to the corner of the building and turns around and kind of gets behind the corner the best that he can. The other guy is going to take a shot. Oh, we lost Ollie. At Emil. He's on a -2 to hit a moving target. He's within range. He's already got his gun out. He's not stunned. So, yeah.
But he has got a bullet in his arm.
He has got a bullet in his arm, but at the moment that's not doing a lot to discourage him. So, make me a defense roll.
Okay, my defense is 6. 3.
Okay. You are no longer wearing a hat.
I like that hat.
It's on the ground just behind your horse. Well, it's on its way to the ground just behind your horse. He shoots the hat clean off your head, but doesn't actually manage to hit you.
If there's a hole in the hat, I'm going to put a hole in your head.
There probably will be. Right, the guy who is in cover, I need to roll.
Isn't he stunned to the end of this turn?
Kind of stunned for the last turn, which is why I had him running. Okay. Yeah, stunned you can still move. Right, so he is going to open up on... Where's Ollie gone? He should
left, roll 20 as well.
Yeah, he's behind the water trough.
I reckon his router's crashed out. In which case, let me roll slightly differently because I don't like...
Shoot Ollie. Yeah.
Okay, so funnily enough, he's going to shoot at Doc.
Yes, I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So He is on. I'm going to say he gets a -4 penalty because you are going to be, because you head off and then veered back. I'm going to say you're more than 20 yards from him because he sprinted to behind the building. So make me a defense roll.
4.
4. Yeah, he
Internet died.
misses you wildly. Okay, so top of the round, and Frederick. There is one guy that's just shot off Emil's hat. He's the guy that's still kind of standing his ground, trying to pick which target he's going to go for next. And there's the guy kind of hiding around behind the corner of the hiding around behind the corner of the building. Simon?
I will try and go for the guy hiding around the corner of the building, I think.
Okay. In which case, sorry, you're still on horseback. If you want to, you can ride round the corner of the building, so I'm not going to give it as much as he was trying to get cover. I can't see how the hell he's going to get cover if you guys are still on horseback. So, in which case, you got a -2 for the fact that he is that you're on horseback, but that's the only minus you got.
Okay, so that's 8 dice. 3 successes.
Okay. 4 defensive 4. Okay, you put another bullet in him. He is. I think he might just throw up his hands. He shouldn't have got a shot off, actually. Hey, doesn't matter. Yeah, so you put another bullet in him, and he drops to his knees and puts his hands in the air.
That's the first one he's taken, isn't it?
No.
He's the one who ran off.
Yeah.
He's not taken a hit yet.
Yeah, he got 2 hits, was why he started running.
Oh, yeah, he got 2 lethal, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. One more shot, he goes down. So he drops to the ground and puts his hands in the air. Okay. Emil.
I look over my shoulder, see my hat hit the floor, and in the glint of the sun, I see the shadow of a bullet hole through my hat. Turn around, do the old, and aim for his head, right between the eyes.
Yeah. Are you aiming or are you going to shoot?
It's a... That's where I want to shoot.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'm not spending the turn to aim. I'm doing the old...
No, that's okay. You've got plenty of style if you wanted to throw some in to make this a more of a sure thing, but you don't feel like you've got to.
No, I'll stick to the -2 for being on horseback.
-2 for being on horseback?
Oh.
Okay, you miss.
There's nothing I can do with that either, is there?
No. The other thing that I've suddenly remembered is they should have been... they should lose -2 to their passive defense for every attack on them. So, you've missed him, but Ollie is up next. As he's not here, I am going to ask you guys, what do you want Ben to do?
So he's shot before, so he'd shoot again.
Okay, if he's going to shoot again, hang on, I've got over and under Winchester, punch and a Bowie knife. You know what's funny? I don't know where he's getting the. I don't know where he's getting the. What the right? Yeah, Benjamin Sutton. He was saying he was
Winchester out.
He had the Winchester out.
That's what he said.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose you can pull a. Yeah, no, you can pull a Winchester, I suppose. In which case, he wouldn't have been getting the minuses. No, he wasn't getting the minuses by then anyway. Okay, so
looks like he's not coming back. He's having trouble.
Yeah. Okay, so Ben turns and points the Winchester at the guy. He's on a -2.
5.
No, 6 dice. if he's using the Winchester.
I'm rolling. 3.
That's
3.
50-50.
That is. Well, the other thing is
-2 to his
the
passive,
guy's at
isn't he?
-2 to his passive, which yeah, means he only gets 1. Takes 2. Okay, he gets hit. He gets hit pretty hard.
And that's a stun.
That's true. That is a stun.
You don't have it set on stun.
So now it means he can't shoot back this turn.
Take him down, Doc.
So yeah, Doc.
I'm right out heading to stop in front of the woman.
Okay.
That's my aim of my ride, but I've got my pistol out, so I'm going to shoot him on the move.
Okay.
Same as before.
So in which case you're on a -2 to hit him.
Yeah.
His passive defense.
That's 5.
0.
Yeah, bang. Would you like to describe that?
Yeah, take a quick look at the woman and look up, pulling the horse to a halt. Just aim and shoot him straight in the gut.
Okay. He goes down, bang.
The biggest target. I'm not a brilliant shot.
Yeah. So there is one guy over by the barn, which Frederick has got a gun on. I'm guessing, as you were the guy that chased him down. Yeah, there's one guy on his knees with his hands on the back of his head, just like looking up. Guns on the ground in front of him, yeah, that's that. Would that be a good place to take a quick break to grab a drink?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right. I will make a couple of quick notes, and I will be back in a sec. As soon as I can work out which screen I need to go to. There.
Give me a chance to sort the Artemis Fowl books out, wasn't it?
Hey.
Well, I just got the last 3 books, so I can listen to those, Nick.
Right.
There's 9 books or 8 books.
Manford Arson.
Time Paradox, Atlantis Complex. Last Guard. Sort that out. Blimey. Right.
Honestly, me and my grabbing the wrong bloody mouse every frigging time.
Louis, how much longer are you planning on running for?
What are you thinking?
Well, I kind of need to disappear off to bed at some point because I've got a late night tomorrow.
Okay.
So 11ish.
Oh yeah. No, I can definitely be done by 11.
Okay.
That works for me because I'll be up at R4.
I was in the office today. It was great. I didn't have to go. I didn't have to leave the house as early. It's quick look at that. Oh blimey! Ollie's not even. I've not even seen. I've not even got anything from on Facebook from him. And normally, if it goes, he ends up using mobile data on his phone to say he's done it. That's a bit grim.
Oh, my connection's playing up now.
Not to quite the same degree, though.
No.
Oh, then again.
No, I done that deliberately.
All right.
That's equivalent to 240 volt. Welcome back, Charles.
I'm back. I have returned. The prodigal cowboy. So it's off to the Winchester now, is it? No. I was hoping I was going to get to knock on her door.
Who's there?
Who? Emily, wasn't it?
Oh,
Jessica.
Jessica.
Mrs. Thompson.
Mrs. Thompson, yeah, I want to do rat-a-tat-tat on her. Just to go with her Thompson, you know.
Okay.
So they're all subdued.
They are one of them is captured. 3 of them are dead.
Subdued. That's what I count it as.
That would definitely count as subdued. I will give you that.
They're not just dead; they're subdued.
They're not dead.
They're still alive.
They're dead.
Yeah. I'd like to get off and help her up, or look after, make sure she's all right.
Right. Let me check. So I've got a couple of things. I just need to make sure that I've got. Okay. Right. There we go.
How come Cowboy Video Chat's got 7 members? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know.
Because it was.
Oh, it was the Conan one.
Conan chat.
Ah, right, fair enough. Yep, carry on then.
Right. So, yeah, there's this one guy on his knees, hands in the air, gun lying in the dirt in front of him, and Doc rides up close-ish to the woman. Make me a ride roll.
That won't go well then. All 2 of them.
Don't ride over her, please.
Do I get -2 for being on horseback?
No.
All right. No.
None. Okay.
I get 2.
Yeah. No. That's fine. You kind of you ride up close to her, but you manage to shoot this last guy, but the horse is actually not having any of it. and
Kicks up a load of dust all over.
he kicks up a load of dust all over it. You're having enough trouble just keeping the horse from stamping on her and keeping it under control. Suddenly, anything heroic you were going to say doesn't really occur. But
Boy!
I will, at the very least, get you to move Custer away from her a bit.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to hop
Fancy
down.
walk sideways.
Yeah. Hop down, pick up my hat, brush it off on my leg, look at the hole.
Yeah.
Put your finger through it.
One that shot my hat and kick him in the face. That was my favourite hat.
Okay. Wait to make an impression.
Indentation.
Dear. Let me just check. Oh, damn. Damn, man, we forgot about your shattered nerves, didn't we?
Yes, we did. First round of combat, that was, wasn't it?
Hey.
Should have been.
Don't worry. Actually, to be fair, you initiated it, so...
Yeah, in fact, didn't we say it mostly affects me when I'm not expecting it?
Yeah.
Like the bullet through the hat.
Yeah.
I won't.
Okay, yeah, so Emil gets down, picks up kicks the corpse.
And then starts heading towards Frederick.
Okay. So nobody's actually going over to the woman. Okay, no, that's fine.
Right.
Hollywood.
No,
Hollywood.
I can go
I
over
was.
to the woman.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over towards the woman.
Ain't you still got your gun over the...
Oh, have we left
Yeah.
me sort of like looking over? Okay, I'm looking
You-
at the man.
That's why I'm walking
You're
over to
looking
you.
over the you're looking over the guy with a gun trained on the guy that's surrendered. Okay, somebody make Ollie a ride skill. He's
What's
got
his ride?
4.
Well, I'd be good at that.
1.
Better
1
than-
is enough that he manages to bring the horse to a stop and get off it. It may not have been elegant, but he managed to bring it to a halt and get off it.
In fact, I'll do a ride skill to see how well I got off. My ride 4 as well.
Damn, you basically flipped backwards off the horse and just scooped your hat up.
They just hung off on one stirrup and picked it up, didn't get off.
That'd be even better. And the horse kicked him in the face.
Okay, so yeah, Ben gets off the horse and kind of calms the horse down for a minute. In fact, what I will say is, Charlie, give me another ride check for Custer with two
Two.
bonus
just
die.
two.
With two bonus die.
I got 2. That up there. So I got 3 then.
Okay. So Ben gets off his horse and walks over and just like starts to try and calm down Custer, and Custer immediately just becomes more docile.
Yeah.
And calms the hell down.
Give Ben a funny look and get off the horse quick.
Yeah.
He's inspired my horse.
Hang on. The hell does... Right. I need to have a look at that, because I've suddenly realised he's got something to do with animal affinity, and I'm not sure what that talent does. So he helps you get down. Ollie's Benjamin Sutton's got animal affinity as a talent. So
Again, +1 charisma or willpower rating when dealing with animals. You may purchase a talent up to 3. Yeah, okay. So he gains a +1 charisma and willpower rating when he deals with animals.
dealing with animals. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So he helps Doc get down off his horse, or at least helps Custer to calm down a bit. Okay, I will come to the two of you in a sec. I'm going to go back to Frederick and Emil. Frederick, what are you doing? So at the moment you got your gun trained on this guy, but he's guns in front of him in the dirt and he's on his knees.
I'm just going to wander over, keep the gun trained on him, and kick the gun away from his reach, and then just say to him, "Have you got any more weapons on you?"
Give me half a second while I check. I don't think he does. No, he kind of shakes his head and he's got his eyes down. He's like, that's it. So, Doc, the woman kind of looks up at you as you kind of loom over her.
Yeah.
Looking fairly scared.
Yep. Well, yeah. So I mean, I'll reach down and introduce myself.
Okay, you gonna help her up or just gonna?
No, I introduce myself and help her up. Yeah,
okay.
The whole one thing. I wouldn't just reach down and grab her.
No.
I've got to ask her if she's all right. Introduce myself. I'm Doc So and So, and she'll feel at ease, and then help her up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. She kind of she looks up and looks over at the dead body spread around her with a fair amount of shock in her eyes, and says, "You know, I don't know what I'd have done if you hadn't shown up. Who are you? Who were they?"
Well, we're not sure, but they attacked some people who dressed like them and seemed to be part of the same gang attacked a stagecoach we were on before. A few days ago.
And you think it was these men?
Well, we think they might be part of the same gang. Just with their dress, their clothes and their dress.
They came here looking for Buck, but are you with the sheriff then?
No, we're not with the sheriff. We're coming out to see Buck.
You were coming to see Buck. Thank goodness you.
Looks like we turned up in the nick of time. Just for one of a surprise, you know.
You certainly did. And actually, you've got your medicine score. Your medicine score is pretty high, I seem to think.
Yes, I do seem to think my medicine
You've
score
got a medicine of
is
8 and an empathy of 6, which is going to give you, in this case, an average of 5. She is in shock.
7.
Yep.
No, in this, he's got a medicine of 8, and his empathy is 6, which is enough to give him a +2 to it, which would give him 10.
Do I really need all that?
So, well, basically, she's definitely in shock.
Yeah.
She's talking.
I'll roll it. Yeah, just words are coming. All right, I'll roll for it, and then I'll take her in the cabin, sit her down, get her out the sun.
Yeah.
All the things that we've done, we're doing 6. There you go.
No, that's cool. No, I didn't need you to roll it. I said that gives you an average of 5. So yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, no. So
I'll take her just in the cabin out the sun, sit her down.
Okay, yeah. There's
calm her down a bit.
There's
a glass of milk.
There's where would they keep them? Yeah, I don't know enough about where you'd keep the milk.
Well, I'm just saying they may have milk.
This time in the morning there'd be no yeah. So you get her a glass of milk and sit her down and she slowly starts to come back to herself. Okay, so outside, Frederick, you've made sure the guy's got nothing on him. You and Emil are standing close to him.
I'm going to hog tie him anyway.
Okay, yeah, you
Even
can.
though he's probably in no fit state to fully get away anyway.
Yeah,
So, back of his hands, tie his hands behind his back, round his ankles.
yeah, no problem. With the two of you managed to tie him up, no trouble at all.
Yeah. And it's like, what did you want with her? Why were you doing this?
He's pretty much just keeping stum. Okay, make me an intimidation roll.
Intimidate, I have a 3.
You have a 3. Actually, give me a sec before you make that roll. So you have an intimidate of 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Simon's character sheet. Simon bizarrely does not have intimidate.
I don't have intimidate.
No. Okay, which means you don't get to lend him a
Nope.
lend him anything. But I will give you a +2 to your intimidation roll on the grounds that you've got him hogtied and at gunpoint.
Boom.
Okay.
Good cannon there.
He says, okay, West Ribbon sent us here. He runs the gang.
We know that.
He just told us to come out here. I'm not sure what we wanted.
He wouldn't have sent you out here without telling you what you were coming to get.
It's just all I knew, but I didn't. And he kind of gestures with his head to one of the corpses that's lying around out the front of the house. Wes just said to come out here with Orlo. I don't know why.
This is going to get painful for you, my friend. And I spring my arm up, ready to swing again.
He ducks down. He's like, I can't tell you what I don't know.
What do you reckon, Frederick?
I think we just kill him if he isn't going to tell us.
I think so. We get the same rewards, dead or alive. We know that.
Yeah,
Was it $80 each, wasn't it?
something like that.
Yeah.
It's 40 each.
Last
but,
chance. 40 each, whatever.
I'm looking for Frederick's empathy skill. He doesn't have one.
I don't have one.
He isn't empathetic.
I think everybody got one, but I swapped your one out for something else because I thought it made more sense.
I've got 2, but I'm not trained in it.
No, but you got 2, but it's a level 0 skill. So, you're moderately certain he's telling the truth. He seems genuinely shit scared at the moment.
It's not scary, nothing.
At the end of the day, he bullying a woman and that lot.
Okay. Inside the house, she leaps out of her skin when that gun shot goes off.
Yep.
And she's like, "Are they back? Are they back?"
I'll check. Stay there. I'll stick my head out the door and have a look around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see Doc and just shake my head.
Yeah.
You see the smoke coming out the end of these. Get a pistol. Yeah.
Smoke coming out the end of the pistol, and somebody's definitely going to have to clean some of this guy off the outside of the farmhouse as it's kind of splashed up the wall.
Back in. I say now it's just the last guy dying.
She weren't in shock. She's back in it again.
Yeah.
No, it's just the last guy dying. He's got nothing to worry about. I'll have a little coughing fit. We'll be all right. Yeah.
I think she might need something a bit stronger than milk after this.
Well, no. I'll check whether I say, where's your husband? Where is he? Is he okay or?
Buck, Buck left the farm about. Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! Buck left the farm about 2 weeks ago. What?
Yeah.
Left the
And
farm.
you haven't seen him since?
No.
Oh, okay.
He went looking for a friend of his.
Oh, okay.
I think I'd probably walk into the house at this point.
Well, no,
What was the name of that person we were with on the coach again? Doc?
I can't remember.
Do you mean Cole Wright?
Yeah, Cole Wright. Yeah, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, Mr. Cole Wright.
Are you guys saying that out loud? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I think Emil asked you out loud.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know.
was his friend Mr. Cole White?
Yeah. Yeah. He went looking for Cole. I don't know why. I think he might have thought Cole had got some money that the farm's not doing so well, and I think he was hoping to get some cash from Cole. He said that if Cole showed up in the meantime, I should tell him Buck was waiting for him at Yuma.
This might sound a really weird question. Do you mind me calling you Jessica?
That is a weird question, yes.
Or Mrs. Thompson?
She doesn't. I mean, bearing in mind she's in shock anyway. She doesn't immediately answer, but the answer's pretty clear. Mrs. Thompson would probably be the more the more acceptable.
Okay, Mrs. Thompson. When your husband went off to find Cole, did he happen to take with him a revolver?
Those men were asking about a silver gun. That was why they came here. They started asking questions about it. I don't know. Buck did have a gun, but it always struck me as a bit funny, as it seemed a bit fancy for a farmer, but
Doc, can you pull out the revolver? Was it anything like this?
I'll pull it out, hidden in the bottom of a medical case. Yeah.
She looks at it and says, "That I don't know. I didn't see the gun all that often. I saw it hidden around the place. I'm pretty sure he took it with him. But yeah, that looks a lot like Buck's gun.
But obviously, with this, his one would have had different shapes on the handle.
Oh, I didn't look too closely at the handle.
Yeah. Sadly, Cole died on a stagecoach attack in Yuma, and it was him who asked us to find Buck.
And it was set by the same sort of people who've turned up here today.
So, you said other men like this attacked the stagecoach?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they killed Cole?
Originally, we thought it was for the gold that was being carried in it. But
we
now think they were after the pistol that Cole was carrying.
All that over a gun?
A pair. Possibly.
She's kind of half looking at the gun you've got in your hand,
Well, can we?
And she says, "What's so special about these guns? I mean, Senor Valadero in town, he makes amazing guns. So I hear. Why shoot up a stagecoach just to get this one?"
We don't know. We'll speak to Buck first to see.
You don't think? You think they're after Buck for his gun? I say,
That's what
Possibly.
we think. That's what we think.
So, would you like us to take the town and drop it at the sheriff's so you can sort all this out? You'll be safe there.
Very quickly, Mrs. Thompson. We're stopping at the American flag station. Mrs. Wiggins knows you well, apparently.
Ma Wiggins, she.
Yeah.
I know her to nod to in the street. I know some of the hands used to stay there when we could afford hands on the ranch.
Well, she mentioned that you were having some financial troubles, and obviously with Buck away for a couple of weeks, I think what we could do to help you out is we will take in the horses from these bandits and claim the reward. And we need funds for, I believe, what adventure we're going to undertake. But I think we should, or we would, hand you the reward for the 4 bandits, which will come to, I believe, in the region of $160. Is it, Doc?
About 160, yeah.
Well, thereabouts.
Yeah, I believe.
We have to check with the sheriff.
Yeah, but
Are you going to go find Buck?
we intend to find Buck. Yes, we do.
As soon as we've got you safe, yes.
Look, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I've got some things to finish up here. Just find him and tell him I'll be out of sight for a while. Buck will know what that means.
Okay. How did he head off to Yuma? Did he catch the train, or was he riding?
He rode.
So did he follow the railway track, or did he cross country?
I don't know. I know he said he didn't have the money for the train, so it was quicker to go on the.
He'd probably follow the river anyway, but yeah, back up next to the railway track, just because of the water.
So before we head off after him, we'd want to.
Well, we'll move all the bodies
Yeah,
into one place.
Take the bodies
Cover 'em
into
up.
town with the horses.
Yeah,
No, we
chuck
take
them over the horses
Yeah.
for the yeah.
So we'd go to the sheriff, claim
Yeah.
the ransom from the guys, try and find somewhere to sell the horses and all the gear, and whatever we get for that.
Yeah.
And then on the way out of town, back towards Yuma, bypass the ranch and give her the 160 to tide
Or
her
she
over
might
for
ride
now.
into town while we're sorting all that out. You don't know.
Yeah, if we see her before then.
No, she says she'll stay on the ranch, and this time she goes off, and there's a shotgun that she digs out from behind and
Above the fireplace. Or wherever,
above the fireplace. That would be where it was, wouldn't it? So she loads that before you've gone, but she says she'll be all right. But if you're coming back that afternoon, that'd be great.
We can drop back in the afternoon. We want to drop her off. Where does she want us to leave the money, or does she want $160 floating around the ranch? Does she want us to drop it at their little bank account? Is there a local bank?
Yeah, that makes sense. There's definitely a bank in town. There's definitely a bank in town.
So we'll just take the money and chuck it in her account or whatever. It might get swallowed by a debt, but it might reduce the debt or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. No, she's definitely good for that.
And then we can come back and tell her about that and then go.
Well, we can give her the bank transaction because they'll give us a deposit slip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys want to play that out, or shall we just? We've talked you through it.
We're going to stay another night by the time all this is sorted with the sheriff and everything else.
Depends on how quick that'd go. I mean, if we can get all, I mean,
Well,
we have
selling the
breakfast at
horses
8.
And the sheriff agreeing to it and checking up on. the men we brought in, and
you had breakfast about 8. You would have got out to the ranch 10, something like that. So by the time you've got through with this, calmed her down, sorted all that, got the bodies up,
12 o'clock.
it's going to be midday before you get back there. By the time you've finished, it's going to be the evening.
Yeah,
the other
so
thing
we do
is,
stay the night and then go.
And you're heading back to Yuma, yeah?
Yeah.
Which, if you go by train, you're going to have to catch the Thursday morning train anyway.
Yep. So another couple of days to wait.
So from Tucson,
Yeah.
I'd ask a rancher or something who knew horses well and knew the route. What would be a likely way to ride back to Yuma, and how far would you expect them to be now?
What, in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks is long enough to make the trip easily. It's if you go the full way round. I made a note of this somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. Actually, I know where it'll be. It's
Refund you.
From there, you'd want to go.
Sorry, Yuma
Up there at
is.
least.
Hang on. Yeah.
Then through the mountain. So you're going up there. Then you've got a choice to either follow the railroad,
Or follow the river.
or you're cutting across stream, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there's no water there. That's the point. It's a desert. So would you follow the railroad stroke rivers? So there's plenty of water for you and the horse.
What you mean? So cut through the mountain pass there, and then follow the river through Gila and.
Where are you? Yeah, something like that.
Yuma to Maricopa's about. If you follow the railway, it's about 260 miles. If you cut the corner off it, you'd get it down to less than that. But
160 miles on horseback at 40 miles on a good day. You can carry water and food for that time as well.
Yeah, you'd probably do it in 5 days.
But he's used to being out there, so yeah, could do.
yeah, it'd take him a week.
Yeah.
Week,
So
maybe
if you
8
left 2
days.
weeks, if you left 2 weeks ago, then odds are I was in Maricopa while we were there.
Yuma, rather.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the sheriff's told him what happened.
Yeah, so the sheriff's.
So he could be on his way back now, but they won't find out until we go.
Is there wired telecommunication means here, like telephone?
Telegraph would have followed the railway.
Telegraph would have followed the railway.
So you would be able to do message to message, telegraph to telegraph, railway station to railway station. But it might not be manned 24 hours, so you'd have to do certain times a day, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They know what the times were anyway in the station. Because they're 10 telegrams along.
Yeah, I'm just thinking though, would we be able to try and get a message to find out if he's still there or not, or whether it's worth staying here for him to come back?
I think best to go there by train. It's only a day and a half.
Yeah, but
might be a day back. A day there and a day back.
It's another day's wait.
Yeah.
Then it's another day getting there, so that's 2 days.
And then another day's wait, and then another day coming back.
If you're coming back here.
Yeah. Well, when we find out he's not there, what we can do? Yeah.
Bearing in mind that's another $32 each trip.
Yeah. Well, how much do we just make off the horses?
Okay, so 4 horses.
She gets the money for the horses, guns, whatever kit they're carrying.
Horses, guns, etc.
I will work this. $95 each last time. Take off the. Add it all together. Take off the 160, and divide it up again.
No, because that was only for. Okay, so about $40 per horse. So you got $160 for horses and saddles.
Yeah.
You've then got another $160 for the bounty. You said you'd give that to her.
That's going to her.
Yeah. So you got $160.
You've got
Their guns.
Probably. Actually, you've probably got another
$20.
$100 on guns.
So
There's 4 Winchesters.
Yeah.
And there's 4 pistols.
Yeah.
So I would have said that if you're selling that with belts and everything else, you could probably pick up 100 for that. So you're going to be looking at 260 for you and 160 for her.
Hers is already in the bank, so we've got the pay slip we're going to drop off. Paying in slip, so 260 is split between the 4 of us.
Yeah.
So that's 40, that's 65 each.
Yep. Awesome. And would she...
$65, Simon.
Yeah, go on. I'll add that. Thank you.
All right. I'll have to tell Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Simon... oh no, look on. Did Mrs. Thompson have like hand stables?
Hand stables?
Yeah, for any of the
stable hands.
farm hands. Yeah.
Yeah. She said there were. She'd have told you there were a couple of guys out on the ranch, and she'd get them back.
So, but would any of them? Are there like little outhouses for them for any work overnight or anything?
Yeah, there would be.
Because
they'd be working on the farm, so they'd stay in the barn, in the hay loft or something.
Yeah, we might be able to crash in there for a night, just to give her that reassurance that there's people who can look after her for the night before we then catch the train the following morning. And again, won't have to pay. I know it's only a little bit. Won't have to pay accommodation for another night.
Doubt if the food will be as good though.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be. Yeah, if you were, if
might not be good for my health.
All right, look. What I'll do is I'll call it there.
Yep.
We can have a quick discussion about exactly where you guys are staying and that kind of stuff offline. But so basically, you'll be doing a couple of bits in Tucson. We're gonna close this down on the afternoon of the 12th of September. And the next train back to Yuma is the 14th, the Thursday morning, because it only runs every other day.
Yep. And it's so we're going to be hanging around for a little while, or we could ride along a couple of stations and join it a bit further up.
Wouldn't make I mean, you could.
No,
it probably wouldn't make a lot of difference, but
so it's a little bit of train fare, but yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Actually, yeah. If you were to ride up, what you got? If you were to ride up
Maricopa
and spend a day, it's going to be 40 miles.
40 miles will probably get us to what?
I can tell you how far 40 miles will get you. Hang on a sec.
It's Pikachu. Come on.
40 miles would get you to, actually, you know what? It would get you.
It would Pikachu.
It would 41 miles to Pikachu.
There you go.
So
that's how you pronounce it, but it's got to stay like that.
Yeah, you. It's about 40 miles to Pikachu. So yeah, you could follow the next morning and head
we're near
up to
a river, so we
Pikachu.
don't have any shortage of water in that. So
Yeah. No, that sounds good. So
How much would that reduce the return train fare?
we might need some roving Indians.
Don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up and try and work it out. I think it's X amount a mile, but I can't honestly remember. It's been a while since I've done it. But yeah, okay, so
the train will catch us up, and we might see Buck if he's coming back that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are going to ride up to Pikachu.
Well, we're going to spend that night in Tucson with her, and then ride off to Pikachu the following day.
Drop our receipt off, and then go, and then ride up.
So that'll be on the 13th.
In fact, we could probably travel a few stations further anyway.
Well, we'll see how we do for time. We don't know what's going to happen on the way yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know we can safely make that and not miss the train. We don't want to half when the train comes.
All right. So we'll fade to black on you guys walking out of the sheriff's office in
Tucking the money in
Tucson,
our pockets.
tucking the money in your pockets and heading along to the stables. As Marshal Ephraim Roberts looks out the door and watches you walk down the street, and it fades gently to black.
Bandy legs.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ching,
So-
ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah. So the next one's going to be 21st. So yeah, if anybody has been watching that, and then thanks, and and we'll be back in a fortnight if you want more punishments the same way. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.